Slay Nation? It's Justin Query, Kayak Series Director. What's up, Josh?
What's going on, everyone?
It's the captain's meetings for the live event number 5, the Rivers Only event. Let me get this shared out and give everybody a few minutes to get on here. Getting this shared to our group. All right, Josh, can you verify that that's on the group if you got an opportunity?
Yep. It is.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Appreciate everybody jumping on. This is the captain's meeting for the Rivers Only event. This is going to be important that you pay attention to the rules on this one because there's a couple of specific rules that we're going by with this one. We'll cover that in basis as we go. All right, so this is live event number 5 of the year. Josh, what's the Angler of the Year requirement? Number of events.
So Angler of the Year is going to be your best 5 plus the championship. So you're able to drop 2 out of our 8 events. Well, 2 out of the 7 because you have to have the championship.
Okay, so this is the first full 5-run tally that we'll have on anybody that does have 5 tournaments in after this one. So probably going to be a good shake-up in Angler of the Year after this one, I would say. But, yeah, this is going to be a good event. This is something I think it's been almost a year since I thought of this one, ran it by you, cleaned up some details, and this is what we came up with. I'm pretty excited about this one, man.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, getting back to basics, I do a lot of river fishing, but we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Yeah, it's definitely the timing is not good with all the weather and the flooding. At least where Josh and I live up here, way up north, all of the rivers that we normally fish are pretty much looking like a yoo-hoo, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely I had a couple spots I was thinking of going to try and compete with the guys I know that are going to St. Lawrence River, but I took a look at a few different spots. I fished a couple different spots, and it ain't fishing right now. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be kind of. I mean, even I'll tell you, I fished St. Lawrence for pre-fishing, and even the St. Lawrence is taking a hit with all of this rain, all of the runoffs that's coming in. This one spot I was on with my dad this morning. All of a sudden, you look over and there's like a runoff. It looked like a waterfall coming out the side of this cliff, and it was just runoff off the side of it. So that definitely is going to have an effect on the fishing. Definitely had an effect on them today. I mean, I found some fish out there, but you have to the bites that you get, you have to knock them out of the park, man. You can't let up any free ones on this event. I think, just my opinion, it's going to be a little bit tougher than we probably thought it was going to be. Maybe some people got some pretty good spots down south. I don't think like southern New York, central New York, they probably don't have it as bad with the rivers, but yeah, definitely a lot of rivers are blown out down here or up here. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm pretty excited still about the way the tournament's going to go. If it goes like it did today, at least there'll be, there should be a lot of fish caught. So anything you want to cover with the weather or anything like that?
I mean, last I looked, weather's looking pretty decent for tomorrow. It's going to be a little hot. They're talking, I think I saw like mid 80s, wind not too bad. So nothing like what we had this week.
Yeah, well, today I was out there today, obviously, and the weather was as good as you could probably ever have it on St. Lawrence. So it was pretty nice out there. So I'm kind of hoping for another day like that.
For the guys that are fishing St. Lawrence, if something does change and it gets windy, just be safe. Use precautionary measures because St. Lawrence is not forgiving when the wind picks up.
Yeah. Yeah, and for anybody fishing the NYKBF tournament tomorrow on Glenwood to the Lake, Josh, you want to give them some details on double dipping?
Yep. So we decided to make things easier because we did want to include our members at Fish NYKBF as well. We are making all of NYKBF boundaries for their event legal for ours. So they have the three different rivers, I think it is, for Oak Orchard there, plus they included Glenwood Lake and a reservoir in there. We're going to allow that as well, just to make it easier so that the guys that are fishing both events aren't limited to only that little spot. Well, I guess it's not little, but if you plan on fishing the Glenwood Lake as well for their event, you can do that with ours as well.
Yep. No problem with double dipping. You won't have any issues with boundaries. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier on everybody that's going to do that. Yeah, Chris, that was kind of my thinking when I put this together was give everybody, how we like to do a virtual event kind of every year is making it everybody easier to fish from close to home and get home quicker this weekend and maybe fish something that you're used to fishing and get ready for the Susky event. So,
I mean, I've got a spot in the Black River that's 5 minutes from my house, but I've never pulled over a 17 out of there. And with the way that's all churned up right now, I don't even know if I'd get those. So,
yeah, I've got a pretty good spot. Like, I think my PB smallmouth came out of the Black River, but the way that looks right now, I wouldn't even take a chance on that. So, all right, man, let's cover the event. Let me pull it up on the screen quick. And I will zoom in. All right, so here we go. It's Tourney X. This is the registration. Registration is open till 10 p.m. So you still got time to sign up. River event boundaries around here is basically like, we already said, public rivers anywhere in New York. The big thing with launching is you have to launch either in the river or in a creek off the river. So you can't, let's say, launch on Owasco Lake and then go in the canal. You got to fish something off the river. So if you're questioning where your boundaries are, where your launches are, just make sure you're in the river. And if you're in some kind of skinny little creek somewhere, you're probably going to be okay there.
yeah, if you're
not launching on a main lake.
If you're launching in a creek, just make sure like the creek is attached to the river, not to a lake, and that you're closer to the river side.
Yep.
So, I mean, if it's a creek that has no lake at the end of it at all, like literally just a river, you're pretty much
good. Yep. And if you're going to fish a river that flows into a lake, you can do that. You just cannot go past the mouth of the creek where it opens up into the lake. So, it's pretty self-explanatory, but just stay inside the rivers, stay inside the creeks. If you're going to fish something like St. Lawrence, any of the tributaries off the St. Lawrence, you're pretty much in play. Creeks, the bays, all that's in play. So any questions on that, reach out to Josh or myself. If you don't hear from one of us, text the other because one of us might be sleeping. So, all right, let's go through the rest of this. Catch boards and Yak Attack leaderboards like this one are allowed, so you're good on that. And Josh, you want to cover the times for the tournament?
I'm having computer issues again here.
I'll just look on the screen. It's on here.
I don't even have my screen up.
I got you. I'll do it. So first launch is going to be at 5:30 a.m. We're matching that with NYKBF. That way you don't have to worry about having different tournament times if you're double dipping. So for 5:30 first launch, 6 a.m. First cast, so 30 minutes before first cast. Last cast will be 2:30 p.m. and last submission for us will be 3:30 p.m. So you'll have an extra hour after the last cast to get your fish all in case you're fishing somewhere with bad service. So virtual awards are I'm planning Sunday at 7:30 p.m. as long as everything goes okay judging tomorrow morning and throughout tomorrow afternoon, then I should be able to do that. Josh, did you say you're able to jump on tomorrow at 7:30, 8 o'clock?
You mean Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make sure I'm going to bed right after that because I'm leaving like 2 a.m. So
Yeah, it won't be a long awards, but we can jump on for 30 minutes, cover some things real quick, and get that done before everybody gets out of here for the weekend. So Josh is going on vacation too. So that covers the rules here. We got 6 teams right now signed up, and 27 anglers right now. So not sure what payouts exactly are. Haven't even looked, but they're probably pretty good payout, right, Josh?
yeah, I mean, I don't have the exact in front of me, but I can give you roundabout in 2 seconds here. Online series. So with 27, you're going to be looking roundabout, and this is not exact because I don't have the non-member prices factored in there yet. 610 for first, 440 for second, 325 for third, and 218 for big bass.
It's pretty good.
Oh shit! Hold on, that was online. I need it open. Sorry, 500 for first, 330 for second, 250 for third, and 135 for big bass.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, we'll wait for some questions in the comments. You want to go over the identifier? Do you know what the identifier is?
Yep. Identifier is going to be RVR for river.
Somebody post that in the comments, and we will throw it up on the screen. There it is. We'll give everybody a few minutes to ask some questions in case anybody's got any in the comments. Oh, Josh, do you want to cover fish and submitting them and the whole location thing?
Oh, yeah. So we talked before, but just in case you missed some of our other lives, it's very important tomorrow that you're making sure that you have the proper location when you submit the fish, because if it's not showing you in the river system, we're going to have to DQ the fish. Now, I know with my phone, for some reason, even though I give my camera permission, Tourney X never shows the location if I take the picture with my actual camera on my phone and then upload it to Tourney X. So if your phone is one that will not work with Tourney X that way with the camera in the gallery, Tourney X has done great things with their camera app on their phone, or with their camera feature on their app. So if your phone doesn't show your location like that, use their camera in the app tomorrow. I know it's a little bit different to actually open up the app and hit that. I know with my phone, I just double click the button on the side twice to pull up my camera, but I've tested it both ways. And with their camera on the app, it will show the location no matter what. So if you think you're going to have issues, use their app camera and it will solve that, because I don't want to DQ somebody's fish because it shows you were a mile into the lake when you're really in the river.
Yep. Yeah, so even if you don't have service where you're at, you can still take the picture in the app, and it will record the catch location. So you can submit them to your live well if you need to on the app, and take the picture through the app. And I think that should cover all your issues with that, don't you think?
It should. And this is, again, a reminder, and we're putting this out there now so that everybody knows if your location is not right, we will DQ the fish and we will not change that. So you could be in first place at the end of tomorrow, and then by the time we verify all the fish, if your location's not right, you may be out of the money. And even though you were fishing in the river and you were in the right, with this being a virtual event, there's nothing we can do on this one. Location has to be accurate for your fish to count.
Yep. And one thing you can do as another sidebar on that is if you're putting fish in your live well, or if you're waiting to submit them because you don't have service, at least do it at the launch before you leave the river so we know where you caught them at. If I can tell that you uploaded all your fish at the launch that you used to check in and check out, I can probably tell where you were fishing at. But you got to give us something to work with.
Speaking of launch, that's the other thing we wanted to go over. It is super important tomorrow that everybody uses the check-in app so that we can see you launched in a legal place.
Yep.
Because
that's mandatory. There's no question on that. You have to check in tomorrow and check out.
That could lead to a DQ as well if you do not check in so that we know you launched legally.
Yep. Yeah, that's so we know, like, if you're fishing a creek that you launched in the river and then went up into a creek, because there's going to be situations out there where you're fishing a place that comes from a river. Also, on the other side, will be fed from a lake, like Onondaga. That's a good example, I think, right? Onondaga, you could launch in the lake if you were not doing this tournament and then go up in the river. But in this tournament, you can't do that. You got to launch in the creek or in the canal somewhere and then fish in the canal.
And I mean, pretty much wherever you're looking to fish, more than likely there's some type of launch. I mean, it may not be right where you want it to be, but there's got to be a launch that's putting you either in the river or in the creek where you're inbounds.
Yep. Yep. So don't anybody don't shoot the messenger. If we have to DQ fish or anything, we're making it pretty clear here on what the expectations are with submitting fish. So just have that in mind. Minimum length, Josh, that was brought up in the comments.
I know we bounced back and forth between 8 and 10 because I know we were 10 and then NYKBF changed theirs to 8. I'm good with 8 with this, the way things are fishing, if you are.
Yep, let's go with 8.
8 inches.
8-inch minimum. Let me put that in here.
I'm not expecting anybody to have like a full bag of 8s, but it's nice to have that with what I saw out there today, just in case you're only on like 4 decent fish and you can't get another one that's.
You know, Jose's in this tournament, right?
What's that?
Jose's in the tournament. He can make it happen.
Yeah, I saw a picture of a 6-inch the other day. Jose posted. Maybe we should lower it just for him.
Just saying, good 40-inch bag.
Jose, yeah. if you're still in the chat, Jose, I gotta know, did that 6-inch bite one of your big swim baits?
Man, he's not even throwing swim baits. He's throwing frickin' finesse stuff, and he just doesn't want anybody to know. All right, man. Any other things you could think of? PFDs are mandatory. No questions on that. If no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
With launch being at 5:30, I don't think we should have too many issues with visibility. It's usually pretty light out by that time already, so I'm not as worried about the 360 lights tomorrow.
Nope. If you got motors, you got to do what you got to do with that. But
you got motors, you got to have your red and green. PFD mandatory, like you said. I don't think we should have, as of right now, we shouldn't have many issues with the weather from what it's looking. But I mean, we all know that.
Wide, so who knows where you're fishing? It could be where you're fishing. You could have weather. So, all right, man. Let's give everybody about another minute before we shut off right at 8 and let comments drop in for questions.
Make sure everyone stays hydrated out there tomorrow too. Like I said, I know it's going to be a hot one, sun beating down, so I don't want to hear anybody got heat stroke tomorrow being out there all day.
Yeah, for sure.
And just have fun with it, guys. This is our first. This is our one virtual event for this year, so go out, fish. Now I know a couple guys are fishing close to home. It'll be nice for them to, be home by 3:30.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be about 40 minutes away, so I'll probably be home about 3:30.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And That's kind of why I like doing this one, man. It kind of breaks up the season a little bit, and even though it's still a good tournament to do, you can get back pretty quick. So I plan on launching at a hand launch on the river. That's cool. Yep, no problem. All good with that.
It's easy to launch just about anywhere.
Yep, all good with that. I love that. I love that style of fishing. I love the old style man paddle in the river fishing like a lot of us started. That's the way to go. So yep, no problems with that. You can launch pretty much anywhere in the river if you want. Hand launches on the side of a bridge, public launches, marina, any of that is all cool with us. I'm actually launching at it's a town launch with a DC. Since they own the bank and the river, they kind of worked with the town, and they did some work on some of the launch area. So it's a lot better than it used to be back a couple years ago.
Yeah, mine's just like a little dirt launch on the side of the road that's for kayaks and canoes. So
awesome, man. I think that it covers it on the questions. Anything else you want to cover before we get off?
Be safe out there, guys. Have fun. And what's your guess for tomorrow? It's going to take it.
I think it's going to be tough fishing with all the weather and the flooding and whatever effect that has on the fish. So I think it's going to take. I'm going to go low tomorrow. I'm going to say 80. 87 wins it tomorrow.
See, I was originally, especially knowing guys on St. Lawrence, I was originally guessing 93, 94. But after what I saw out there today and the way shit's going, I'm going to say 83. I think we're going to see a lot of fish, but I think they're going to be smaller fish.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of 75-inch limits, 72-inch limits out there tomorrow. But I think since this is one of those tournaments where you can kind of fish your honey hole, as long as your honey hole is in a river, somebody's probably got a spot where they can find back 17s or 18s out there, you would think. So we'll see. I'm hoping to see a big smallmouth caught. We'll see about that. But what's your guess on big bass tomorrow?
19.
I think it's going to be a 19.5. I do not think somebody will hit a 20 tomorrow, but you never know. I hope so.
There could be somebody out there on the St. Lawrence that hits a 20-inch smallie tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely could.
19.25, Matthew said, and he's probably going to be the one to freaking catch it too.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I don't think so, Chris.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that, Chris, as long as it's me. All right, guys, be safe out there. Appreciate everybody jumping on. Be sure to upload your fish on the water if you can. Just please don't put us in that spot where we have to go through DQing fish, because trust me, and Josh will tell you, it is the one thing we hate the most about being a director. It is the worst thing that we do. I hate every part of it.
Yeah, make sure you're uploading your fish the proper way. Make sure you got your location. Make sure you're checking in, checking out. I do not want to DQ anybody, especially somebody that's in the money, because couldn't accept the fish or their launch location. So, and that's why we make these meetings mandatory too, so that you guys have all this information. So,
all right, appreciate everybody jumping on. Good luck out there. Good luck getting your 40-inch bags. That's what I'm chasing down tomorrow. As long as everybody's safe out there, it'll be a successful day. So be aware of all the washout and all the craziness from the floods, and you never know what's that effect that's going to have on the creeks and the rivers that we're fishing. So just be safe out there and have a good time. And we will see you Sunday night for the awards. Actually, before we go, Josh, we got enough people in the comments. Let's run this by everybody quick. How do you guys want to handle the standings? Do you want them to go offline tomorrow like normal, all the way till we do awards on Sunday night? Do you guys want me to keep the standings online? Josh, what do you want me to do too? What's your vote on that?
for me, just because of the fact that stuff could change when we're going through. I mean, it's going to be constant. Like, I don't want somebody. My vote is to turn them off. If we do leave them on, the only thing I'm going to say is don't count that you're in the money until we have the awards, because everything can change depending on if something got messed up with catch locations and stuff. So for me, I think it's best to shut them off just so that nobody gets their hopes up thinking they got something, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're not in the money.
Yeah, I think let me see what it's set at right now. Right now, it's supposed to turn off, I think. Yeah, right now it's supposed to shut down at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Are you good with that? You guys want to keep it there, you think? Or you want to move it right out till 2:30 and then have it shut down while we judge? That's kind of a good compromise, maybe.
Everybody got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, everybody's probably jumped off already since we were closing up.
Nielsen said 1:30.
Yeah, if there's no other comments or people. All right, so people say 1:30.
1:30.
Let's go with that. All right, so that way when we do award Sunday, it'll be a little bit more of a surprise.
On top, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I like the anticipation of not knowing. I know with Owasco, when I won that, like, it was more of a thrill when I found out I actually won it because I couldn't see the standings. So,
All right, so we'll do that. Appreciate your guys' input. It goes back and forth on some people that like it, some people that don't. Being that we're not doing awards till Sunday, I figured I'd put it out there. So, all right, we're ready to jump off here. Everybody, good luck there tomorrow. Have a good time, and we'll look forward to seeing some big fish caught, especially some smallies.
yeah, I'm looking forward to judging them. And the one person I know that's launching near me, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, same with the other guys judging, at least launching with me. I will see you in the morning. Everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, everybody knows who's launching with you.
All right, take it easy, Josh.
Later.
Good luck. Tight lines, everybody.